Good evening, everyone. Could we all please rise? I'd like to start the meeting with a prayer. Today is April 28th, and this is a regularly scheduled meeting of the City Council. Dear God, today as this session opens, we pray that your presence will be before us and everyone who serves in the decision-making process of our city. We pray for direction which will lead our city to be strong and unified. May we continue the legacy of our founders. May we be granted this day the wisdom to make decisions which will be for the good of our city. We also pray for your special blessing for all those who are working to transform our city to make it a better place to live and work. Amen. We now salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Counsel Leahy.
Here.
Counsel Martin. Counsel Mercia. Counsel Milanazzo.
Here.
Counsel Rourke.
Here.
Counsel Samaras.
Here.
Counsel Belanger.
Here.
Mayor Elliott.
Here.
Counsel Kennedy.
Here.
7 present.
7 present. We're going to move right into the mayor's section of the agenda. Seeing no request for a moment of silence. First item, we have a citation. Aaron Fox. Good evening, Aaron. If you could please come to the podium. Chair would like to recognize the city manager prior to issuing a citation to you, Aaron, on behalf of the entire city. Mr. Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Through you, I know the City Council is familiar with the Porter Dam that is constructed when necessary to prevent flooding. And it always was a much more difficult task prior to Mr. Fox's intervention. Is that what they? I'll have him describe it in full. But they used to have to dig holes that would take hours before they were able to construct it. But Mr. Fox came up with a plan that obviates the need to do that every time. So it's a great novel idea by one of our employees, and I'd just like to thank him for it. And if you could just briefly explain the process, and then we thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
So, Mr. Fox?
Yeah, yes.
Mr. Manager, if it's okay, I'd like to offer the citation, and then if you could just give us a little explanation as to exactly what you did. So, on behalf of the city, I think the manager put it very well. It was really quite an innovative idea that clearly is going to help and save the city money. So with that, on behalf of my colleagues in government, here is a citation. Be it hereby known to all that the City of Lowell and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts hereby offers its sincere congratulations to Aaron Fox for acting upon an idea that will reduce time to city workers and could potentially save lives and property in event of a flood in the Centerville and Pawtuckaville neighborhoods. As the maintenance manager in the Lowell Wastewater Treatment Department, you are responsible for supervising and coordinating the yearly exercise to set up the City of Lowell's flood protection stop log wall and potable dam. The stop log wall and dam are set up over Beaver and Martin Streets to prevent Beaver Brook from flooding the Centerville and Pawtuckaville neighborhoods. The stop log wall is anchored by 4 separate pins located in pits in the middle of the street. In order to access the pins, the asphalt above the pins must be jackhammered away, and a vac-con truck is then used to suck and remove the soil out of the pits to expose the pins. You acted upon the idea of installing manhole covers over 4 pits containing the pins. By the installation of the 4 manhole covers, the pits containing the pins no longer have to be sucked out by the vac-con trucks, and the asphalt no longer needs to be jackhammered away and removed. This greatly reduces the time to set up the stop log wall. Aaron, on behalf of the city, we commend you for seeing this idea through, and we thank you for your hard work given on this 28th day of April 2015 by myself, Rodney M. Elliott, the mayor of the city of Lowell, along with all of my colleagues here on the city council. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you. That was a pretty good description of exactly what was done. There's a stop log wall, and like I said, the pins were located in the ground. They were covered in pavement, and before, those would have to be jackhammered out. Now they're covered with manholes, and we no longer use the jackhammer or the labor or the equipment necessary to excavate them each time we have to set up that stop log wall. I mean, this increases the speed. Obviously, it'll help the city respond to any emergencies in that area quicker. On April 10th, we did a training, and as part of that training, we assembled the stop log wall, and we assembled that porta dam. And this is the fastest I've seen it go up. It went up fast, and I think that was part of it. But I think the big reason is because of everybody's hard work that went into that training and all the other departments that were involved in the coordination they did. So I want to acknowledge their hard work, and including the people that had put that dam together. So I'm honored to receive this citation, and thank you to the city manager and the city council for their recognition.
You are welcome, Aaron. We thank you. Keep coming up with these great ideas. I can assure you the people in the Rosemont area, New York area, that particular, the Beaver Brook, on both sides, Centerville and Pawtuckaville, are grateful for your ingenuity, and we thank you. And again, congratulations from the entire city and the city manager's office.
Thank you.
Next, we have, in line with recognizing new businesses in the city, we try to keep up with these, and we have two more businesses that we'd like to recognize. We've done a groundbreaking. Certainly good news that we continue to bring new businesses in. We'd like to showcase them to all Lowellians watching. So the first one we have is a citation for the Lowell Flower Shop. If you could please kindly come to the podium. And we had a recently opened, just a little over a week ago, and it's a wonderful shop on Chelmsford Street. We want to thank you for choosing Lowell and in opening your shop. We have Tully Youth and Syrup Sofana, right? Give me to you again. Sari Sopana. So welcome to the city of Lowell. And on behalf of the city, we have a citation. We want to, again, thank you and congratulate you on your new business. And the citation, be it hereby known to all that the city of Lowell and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts hereby congratulates the Lowell Flower House and its owners, Tully Youth, Ook, and Syrup Sofana, Yok, on your new business to make your home at 209 Chelmsford Street. As a talented Cambodian artist, Syrup Sofana, am I getting better? Your arrangements are beautiful, you're unique, and perfect for all occasions. Your dedication to cater to each customer will surely bring success to the Lowell Flower House. The city is honored that your dream has come to life here in the city of Lowell, and we extend our best wishes to both of you and to the Lowell Flower House for success with your new business, given on this 28th day of April 2015 by myself and members of the entire City Council. Thank you. Congratulations. We wish you the best of luck and success in your business.
Thank you.
Oh, no, I couldn't thank you. How do you say your name? Sarah Sopana. Okay, you want to say a few words, please?
Just thank you to the City of Lowell, all City Council that give us the honor to come here to accept this very important citation today. And me and my wife very excited to have a flower shop in Lowell on 209 Chelmsford Street. And beside the flower, we're also doing some like flower catering for party. I mean the flowers, we're doing decoration and flower arrangement, fresh flower arrangement, and I mean,
also painting.
oh, also she also an artist, so she paint and her, her art is a special kind of art called batik on silk. This is something that brings to Lowell for the first time from Cambodia. And I can tell she is the first Cambodian artist who, even though in Cambodia right now, only two of person know how to do this, is her teachers and her. And she also used to win a first prize contest on the national competition on painting in Cambodia. So we also hope we're gonna, beside flowers, beside decoration, we will be able to show her talent to the people in the city of Lowell and contribute with Cambodian community, with city of Lowell to preserve our culture for our next generation. Thank you.
Seti Sapana, can you want to say a few words, please? I know you don't, but we would like you to, because
Thank you so much.
you do wonderful work, and if you go by Chelmsford Street, you can see the wonderful work that you have done also on the outside of the store. Very decorative.
Please go stop by in my store, Lowell Flower House.
Little flower house. Okay, 209 Chelmsford Street. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So the next business that we have, also on Chelmsford Street, we have Lowell Travel and Tour, Richmond S. York, Sokham T. Sin, Sam Meese. We want to congratulate you as well for opening up a travel and tour business here in Lowell. Be it hereby known to all that the City of Lowell and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, we hereby congratulate Lowell Travel and Tour and owners Richmond S. York, Sokham Mati Sin, and Sam Meese on their new business to make your home at 209 Chelmsford Street. Taking the stress out of planning a vacation, Lowell Travel and Tour will book airfare, make all of your travel arrangements, and they are eager to assist in your travel needs. The city is honored to have your dream come true here in Lowell, Massachusetts. The entire city of Lowell extends its deepest wishes to Lowell Travel and Tour for continued success with your business, given on this 28th day of April 2015 by myself and the members of the entire City Council. Thank you for making Lowell your home. We look forward to seeing you in the future, and we wish you great success in your business. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, sure. I'm sorry, my voice couldn't make it here today. All right. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, City Council, and the City of Lowell for welcoming us new business to the city. It is indeed our great pleasure to open our business here. As stated in the announcement, our business is in travel and tourism business. In addition to selling airplane tickets, we also are planning to book tour packages, particularly in promoting the cultural tour between the Kingdom of Cambodia and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Again, thank you so much, Mr. Mayor, City Council, for welcoming our business to the city.
Okay.
Thank you.
All said, he said it all?
Yeah, he said it all, so.
Okay, well, thank you and your wife. We know that you're working hard, and we
Couldn't make it here today, so.
she's booking airfare and travel, so that's a good thing.
All right,
Okay,
thank you.
great. So we'll move on to the city clerk portion of the agenda. We have minutes of the city council meeting of April.
Mary Ellen, before we begin, we have Greg Croto, the
Oh,
Executive
yes,
Director.
I am sorry, Counselor. Motion to suspend the rules to have UTEC and Greg Cotto come in. There was a subcommittee report, but we'd like to have give them a few minutes
Thank you.
before the
Second, Mr.
meeting
Mayor.
starts. Motion by Counselor Samaras, second by Counselor O'Rourke. Suspend the rules. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. Counselor Samaras?
Thank you. We had a great presentation tonight by Executive Director Greg Croto from UTEC, and also Chief of Police was here to talk about their work. He has a few statement to make. I'd like to give him the opportunity. Thank you.
Mr. Croto? Welcome again.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you, Mr. Manager, and all the counselors. We did have a great meeting with the Youth Services Committee, and thank you again, Chair Samaras and Council Rourke, for all your help. We wanted to come and really just talk a bit about the work we're doing, our outcomes for the past year, and we were able to share that. I think we've learned to be very specific in terms of what we're really trying to accomplish, and so we talked about our outcomes around recidivism, education, and employment. And we actually have all the information, be online and available, so we won't go into it now. But we were able to talk about, the fact that at the state level, the average when a young person gets arrested or incarcerated, 60% of the time they go back into jail. Our arrest rate was about 15%. About half of our young people are getting employment. So we talked about that, but I think for us, the big piece also was to make sure that the work that we do, we wouldn't be able to do it with the partnerships we have. And so we're really appreciative of the Chief of Police, the work we're going to be doing together over the summer, all the planning we've done over the past 6 months to move the partnership forward. And again, we really just wanted to also thank the City of Lowell. And so one of the things we also wanted to take as an opportunity, we started, and some folks may not know this, but UTEC started with a grant of $40,000, and it was a grant from the City of Lowell. The first contributors to our building was the City of Lowell. We have partnerships not only with the police, but we have partnerships with DPW to carry out our mattress recycling. And so we're coming up on our 16th anniversary. We're having an event called the Sweet 16 at UTEC, and we also wanted to come tonight to let you know that it's an honor to recognize the City of Lowell as one of our honorees on June 16th, and just a small token of our appreciation to say thank you for all the partnerships, and we look forward to moving forward. So thank you again.
Well, we thank you, Mr. Curto, as well for the partnership and all the good work that you do. I'm wondering if we can get your crew, UTEC, around you so people at home can see you. Just come up around the podium. It's important you've come for the subcommittee, and we'd like to recognize you. We want to thank you for the good work that you do and your organization for all the teenagers throughout the community. So again, it was good to know what you're doing, what you have done, what you plan to do, working in conjunction with the police, and giving teenagers in this city an opportunities that without you, your leadership, and your organization wouldn't be there. So we thank you as well.
Thank you. And I want to thank our team. If I can call out Sean and John, both presented tonight, and as usual, did a great job. So thanks again to you and everyone making it happen. So thank
And
you.
how do we
UTEC!
UTEC?
UTEC! Thank you.
That's what we were waiting for. We knew we can close it out there.
And I apologize for leaving a mess. So we'll come back to grab the food, I guess. So.
You can come back for everything but the cookies.
Yes. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So we move on to the, anything else from members? Council Kennedy, did you have something? No? We'll go to the city clerk's portion of the agenda. We have minutes from the city council meeting of April 21st. We also have minutes from the substance abuse subcommittee on April 16th, both for acceptance. Entertain a motion to approve by Council Kennedy, seconded by Councilor Belanger. All those in favor signify by saying aye. And the opposed, minutes are approved and placed on file. Next section of the agenda, we have communications from the city manager. We have a communication. City manager requests out-of-state travel for one individual from wastewater and one individual from MIS. Questions? Approval. Move to approve by Council Kennedy, second by Council Leahy. Discussion? Roll call.
Council Leahy.
Yes.
Council Martin. Council Mercia. Council Milanazzo.
Yes.
Council Rourke.
Yes.
Council Samaras.
Yes.
Council Belanger.
Yes.
Mayor Elliott.
Yes.
Council Kennedy.
Yes.
7 yeas.
7 yeas, motion carries. Moving on to votes from the city manager. We have a vote to apply, accept, and expend a grant opportunity, federal land access program, a FLAP grant, for $355,000 for downtown pedestrian signage. Entertain a motion to waive the full reading by Councilor Milanazzo, second by Councilor Rourke. All those in favor signify by saying aye, and the opposed, motion carries. second reading by title, Commonwealth of Massachusetts, City of Lowell, and City Council as a vote, authorizing the city manager to apply for, accept, and expend a grant in the amount of $355,000 through the U.S. Eastern Federal Lands Highway Division Federal Land Access Program, FLAP grant, to provide comprehensive update to pedestrian crosswalks and wayfinding signage in downtown Lowell. Move to
Mayor?
approve.
Oh,
Council Kennedy, Council Belanger.
I'm sorry, would it be possible to have, I see Craig Thomas is here from Planning and Development, if he can come up and give us a brief description of this work. There's a lot of positives here that help make the city pedestrian-friendly, and I'd like for the public to be aware.
So this is just the application process, correct? We've not received this yet.
Excuse me?
This is just the application for the grant?
Yes.
Okay. We've not received it. We're hopeful we receive it. Okay.
Correct. So, thank you, Mayor. To Councilor Belanger's point, this is a grant that's actually only available to the National Park System, and this is another example of the partnership between the Lowell National Historical Park and the City of Lowell. Because the downtown is Lowell's park, we have the opportunity to pursue these types of grants, and we worked with the National Park to identify a priority that we share, which is improving the pedestrian environment, to continue our improvements downtown. They identified a series of walkways and wheelchair ramps to improve access to their amenities that actually very nicely improve access in and around downtown. In addition, we had asked to include in the grant some money for signage that the city could put in. We know that as a part of making downtown more pedestrian friendly, we want to have new and updated signs. You've probably seen some of the ones we've had over time that show just how close and how interrelated the parking is to the shops, to the restaurants, and then to the cultural resources, such that anyone who comes to our city has a real sense of how easy it is to get here, get around, and enjoy what we have to offer. So,
I'll say Council Belanger. Yep.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Council Leahy.
Thank you. I just want to make a comment. The other night when I was driving downtown on the corner of Central and Market Street, where we've had some issues with the right on red, there's a no turn on red sign, but it's right above the light. So the car in front of me took a right on red, and I was thinking, that sign's big, why don't you see it? But at night, when the light's red, you don't see the sign because you're looking at the light. So just to make a note that we should be aware when we're hanging these new signs, sometimes, like, so that red light is a distraction from seeing the no turn on red sign. So just wanted to make that comment.
Okay. Further discussion on the grant application? Seeing none, motion to approve? No. Move to approve by Councilman Milonas, second by Councilor O'Rourke. Roll call.
Council Leahy.
Yes.
Council Martin. Council Mercia. Council Milonazo.
Yes.
Council Rourke.
Yes.
Council Samaras.
Yes.
Council Belanger.
Yes.
Mayor Elliott.
Yes.
Council Kennedy.
Yes.
7 yeas.
Second yea, motion carries, 7 yeas. Next item, we have another vote from the city manager. Again, another vote to apply, accept, and expend a grant of $700,000 for multi-year, multimodal improvements. Motion to waive the full reading on this as well by Council Samaras, second by Council Belanger. All those in favor signify by saying aye, and the opposed, that motion carries. The second reading, Commonwealth of Massachusetts, City of Lowell, and City Council as a vote, authorizing the city manager to apply for, accept, and expend a grant in the amount of $700,000 through the U.S. Eastern Federal Land Highway Division Federal Lands Access Program to address the Swamp Locks Pawtucket Canal Bridge in the city of Lowell. Move to approve by Council Kennedy, second by Council Leahy. Roll call.
Council Leahy.
Yes.
Council Martin. Council Mercia. Council Milonazo.
Yes.
Council Rourke.
Yes.
Council Samaras.
Yes.
Council Belanger.
Yes.
Mayor Elliott.
Yes.
Council Kennedy.
Yes.
7 yeas.
7 yeas, that motion passes as well. We're moving on to next section. We have orders from the city manager. We have an order for a 60-day trial at various locations. We have Gardner Ave, this 60-day trial, temporary experimental parking regulations, Gardner Ave South and Clear Street. This requires 2 readings as well. Motion to waive the full reading by Council Milonazo, seconded by Council Rourke. All those in favor signify by saying aye, and the opposed, motion carries as well. Second reading will be by title, Commonwealth of Massachusetts, City of Lowell, and City Council is in order. Pursuant to Chapter 266 of the Code of Ordinances, City of Lowell, Massachusetts, concerning Section 266-6 thereof, entitled Temporary Experimental Regulations, temporary traffic regulations are hereby implemented for a period of 60 days. Questions? Move to approve by Council Samaras, second by Councilor Kennedy. Roll call.
Counsel Leahy.
Yes.
Counsel Martin. Counsel Mercia. Counsel Milonazo.
Yes.
Counsel Rourke.
Yes.
Counsel Samaras.
Yes.
Counsel Belanger.
Yes.
Mayor Elliott.
Yes.
Counsel Kennedy.
Yes.
7 yeas.
Yes, motion carries. Next item, we have an ordinance from the city manager, and this ordinance is to amend Chapter 266-47 of Vehicles and Traffic regarding Rosemont neighborhood. This requires a public hearing. Motion to refer this to a public hearing on May 12th by Council Belanger, second by Council Leahy. All those in favor signify by saying aye, and the opposed, motion carries. This goes to a public hearing on May 12th. Next section of the agenda, we have reports. We have a subcommittee report. We have a youth services subcommittee report that was held this evening. Chair would recognize the chairman of that subcommittee, Chairman Samaras.
Thank you, Mayor Elliott. Tonight, we had Executive Director Greg Croto come in to present his programs, and he brought in a number of his staff to talk about what they've been doing in some change in direction. It was a very good program, as Ray Croto mentioned when he came up to the mic, that the program started with a $40,000 street workers grant. In the operation today, they raise $4 million a year to run that operation. The building that they've acquired is one of the green buildings in the city. It's a beautiful addition to the city and an example of what can be done. The basic age is 13 to 23 that UTEC deals with these students. And these are students, or children of Lowell, who in many cases have been gang involved, no high school diploma, some with jail records. And he talked about some of the programs that they have to deal with some of these issues. The street worker program talked about how they deal with students or young adults who are proven risks, and they actually deal with very serious issues, and they take them on. Their way of doing that is to deal with by building up relationships. Lieutenant Penrose from the gang unit was here also with Chief Taylor, and they talked about the working relationship that they have developed with UTEC. And they talked about developing a summer program for anti-violence strategies. And it's working, as far as they're concerned, working very well at this particular point. Chief Taylor talked about the number of grants that come from the police department to support UTEC's endeavors. UTEC, as one student said, is like a family to them, and that is why they've been able to deal with some of the issues that they deal with. UTEC has also created a number of jobs, building jobs, a restaurant. They brought some of the food here. I've got an example of a cookie. I told my wife I'll only eat one. She put me in a diet. I should do it. But it's been very successful. They have a mattress recycling program that they've worked with the city, and it's worked out very well. They deal with about 135 students on a full-time basis, and they have another 500 students that they deal with on the streets and in various programs. And they also pick up another, say, 200 to 300 they deal with on issues. So each year they have about 1,000 students that they deal with. What they were proud of and what they're happy with, the three outcomes that they discussed: they reduce recidivism regarding criminal activity and going back to jail, increased employability of many of these young boys and girls, and increasing educational attainment. They talk about attaining a GED, which is not an easy program to go through. So they talked about their successes, and they talked about, and the Chief Taylor talked about them working together to make Lowell a better place. So it was a very good meeting. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree. That was a very productive meeting. It was a lot of information, good information exchange. Thank you, Council Samaras. Further discussion from that subcommittee meeting? Entertain a motion to accept the report of progress and place on file by Council Rourke, seconded by Council Milonazo. All those in favor signify by saying aye. And the opposed, motion carries. That concludes the subcommittee reports. Anything further to report from members on the subcommittees? Council Milonazo?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just wanted to mention that we're going to have a transportation subcommittee meeting at 5:30 on May 19th to discuss the two motions brought forward regarding the LRTA. I believe they were your motions, Mr. Mayor. So that's May 19th at 5:30.
Great, thank you. That's good to know. Put on the calendar. Anything further? We'll move on to the next section. We have petitions. There are claims. We have 5 claims for property damage. Motion to refer to the Law Department for a report and recommendation by Council Leahy, seconded by Council Kennedy. All those in favor signify by saying aye, and the opposed, motion carries. Next section, next petition, we have a petition from National Grid. Request installation of 2 poles, 1 transformer and overhead conductor at 94 Canada Street. This requires a public hearing. Motion to send this to a public hearing on May 12th by Council Belanger, seconded by Council Samaras. All those in favor signify by saying aye, and the opposed, motion carries. We'll have a public hearing on the 12th. There's another petition from National Grid requesting installation of 40 feet plus or minus of PVC conduit from Riverside Street to the property line at 84 University Ave. This also requires a public hearing that will be set again for May 12th at 7 p.m. Motion by Councilor Rourke, seconded by Councilor Milonazo. All those in favor signify by saying aye, and the opposed, that motion carries as well. That brings us to City Council section. We have motions. We have motion by Councilor Mercia. I'd like to take it up if there's no objection because it seems routine. Councilor Mercia requests city manager, and by the way, we wish her well. She had some knee surgery. She probably doesn't want anyone to know that, but we wish her well. She is. I did receive a text from her daughter, and she's doing well. So with that, motion by Councilor Mercia, request city manager have traffic engineer check intersections in the downtown where traffic takes a right or a left while pedestrians have the walk signal, i.e. specifically Merrimack Street, Central Street, East Merrimack, at Bridge Street. And she would like to have the installation of proper signage. Second by Councilor Rourke. I think the motion speaks for itself. I don't know if anyone else wants. I think she spoke to this at the last council meeting, Mr. Manager, concerned with pedestrian crossing at these various intersections. So anything else to add by members? Mr. Manager?
Our traffic engineer has already started looking into that, and he thinks they're going to be able to come up with a good solution so that you don't imperil the pedestrians as the green lights go on. So we'll be giving a report to the City Council on that.
Great. Very good. Thank you. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye, and the opposed, motion passes. Next motion of the evening by Council Leahy. Request city manager have proper department work with the town of Tewksbury to repave the area in and around 400 Clark Road. Second by Council Kennedy. I think we spoke of this, but
Yeah,
Council Leahy.
Well, I just want to make sure, it's my understanding that they already started it, so as long as if they can finish the other half, we'll push them to get that, but it's already in progress, so.
Oh, it is? Very good.
Manager's office has done a great job already.
Already.
Half done. Thank you.
Thank you, Council Leahy. Further discussion on this? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye, and the opposed, that motion carries. Last motion of the evening by Council Belanger. Request city manager update council on the joint marketing campaign between the city of Lowell and UMass Lowell and the Lowell plan. Second by Council Samaras. Council Belanger?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. There is an undergoing effort that's been transpiring for months about a joint advertising campaign, if you will, between the city of Lowell, UMass Lowell, and the Lowell plan that are all going to pool resources to market the city of Lowell. So we're all very anxious to see how that is coming along. I know a series of meetings were canceled over the winter, January and February. I know I was going to attend them, but I know things got backed up a bit, but this is very important to our city. It's a tidy sum of money, and it can be a difference maker when it's all implemented. So, Mr. Mayor, through you to the manager, we're all very anxious and hope things are going as planned on that. So we look forward to your response.
Mr. Manager, I know you've been doing an awful lot of work on this. Any quick update?
Yes, we have actually agreed, all three entities, UMass Lowell and the Lowell plan and the city have agreed to the pool of money. What we're coming up with now is some prototype advertisements through the UMass Lowell Media Center, because it's too expensive to go out and hire a firm to do it. So they're coming up with some proposed advertisements, and then we'll review them and make a full report to the council.
Wonderful. Thank you.
All set, Council? Further discussion on this motion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. That concludes business before the City Council this evening. Anything else?
Adjourn, Mr. Mayor.
Move to adjourn by Council Kennedy. Seconded by Council Rourke. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. This meeting stands adjourned.